Here's the disclaimer. All right, here's NASDAQ futures on the daily chart. We're below the 5 MA. We're fighting to get above it. I think well, to be honest, it's all going to depend on open because it can, from where it's at now, it can start selling down to 24,000 would be the first support. But I think it wants to push up here. It just has that look to me. I think a lot of people are bearish, far too many, and so I think this is probably going to push up, and we may drift up for a while, or even just squeeze up real quick and then drop. We'll see. Yeah, we're going to pull back here. Yep, I imagine we retest this line here. 24.8 about. And then we'll see what we do. VIX again is a tough one. Looks like it wants to turn up, but I think it eventually comes back down and retests this 1820 range. Gold up a bit. Looks to keep going up. Oil's still going up. And this blue, that's a circle on a larger circle. On a larger circle of that was me pointing out to the group, this is where you want to be. Because this is a 1, 2, and then we're probably going to rip out of here. And this is monthly. So in the near term, I mean, we could drop out of this down to 59 or so, 55, and then rip up. But the future of this is way up. How close that future gets here, I don't know. Oh, this is, I guess I'll stop at NAC since I'm here before we go to the Qs. This is NAC. They're a miner. They are in disputes over their mine. And so they're waiting for court rulings. And I think one was expected actually yesterday. So I haven't read anything about it. But someone knows something. Whether or not they're doing this to load up or they're actually dumping shares, that remains to be seen. But my guess is this is off of some sort of court reaction. But again, this is a stock that I want to be in because it has held that low from 2015. So this tells me that whatever happens here, they have a pretty good chance at a good future. Although right now they could drop to, they're already at 145 here. So right now they can drop to 110 to 117 was my range. But again, this is a riskier miner because they're not producing. They're not like Vail that actually produces. Since I'm here, let's look at silver, SLV. Again, I think it comes down to 58.40 or so. But how long it takes to do that, I don't know. This did set a lower low with a little bit of divergence, but that's not good because you wanted this low to hold to uh, make a new high here. But because it did that, it's probably going to rip up. Um, but how high? That's the question before it fails. So it'll probably come up here 81.50 or so. And that's where I would look. All right, let's get rid of these lines. Again, this is the same as futures. Monthly, that looks like it's rolling over. So this isn't, just so you know, I'm not short this market. I am long VIX, but just a tiny bit. But I'm not short this market. One, it's on a lower Bollinger, so you would expect a bounce up to 611, 612 or so. And that's kind of what I picture today. I think we get into that range because we're right at the the 5 MA on the daily. Yeah. About 605 right in there. This daily chart doesn't show pre-market. There, the 5 MA is right about in here. So I think we actually go over that and jump up here to 610 range. Up in here. Then we'll see what happens. I think this structure goes up to about 618. Then we'll see. Then we'll see if it reveals its face. Because there's a chance that this is just one big well, think of it like a coil. All the energy in the market, rather than dropping, they just spun it around in a coil. And that it's called a flat, but think of it as just a big coil. Rather than dropping it, they're just winding all that energy around. And then once they're done winding it, it springs out. So there is a possibility that that is what is happening here. I would expect it to kind of pop up and then spring down before going up first. But I'm not sold on that. Again, there's a big astrological events starting Friday. I'm not sure how I interpret them fully yet, but yeah, I expect fireworks nonetheless. On the 4 hour, we're even turning up. So yeah, I expect this to spike up at 618, and I don't know if we'll get there today. Hopefully, that'd be a massive day. That'd be nice. But at 618, then the market should make a decision. Right here, 618. If it gets above 618, then I'm starting to get a little more bullish. But again, not in these stocks. I don't want to own tech going forward. I just look at tech. This has another wave up coming. If we go back out to this, there's another you're not guaranteed anything in the market, but there should be another leg up coming. You have this one more push up into the $700-800 range, and I think probably higher than that. I think we probably squeeze into the 1,000, but that's just me. So we should have another leg up coming. So I'm just waiting to see when that leg starts, because there are sectors that I really want to be in that are really going to run. And I talk about them in the group and on this video. But that's what I'm waiting for. I'm not shorting this, and I'm, well, I am long, but out to August. And they're 700 and 800 calls. Those are the strikes. And yes, I will hold those through a drop, providing we hold that 550. If we start breaking 550, then this turns into something. This could turn into something much worse, and this could drop all the way down and 430 or so, and then it could get even worse from there. So there's a lot of downside risk, and the upside, I mean, playing for one more bounce, and then the market changes forever. Well, the market changes forever now. It already has. And by that, if you watch my old my video from yesterday, you know that these tech stocks are not where you want to be in the future. You want to be in companies like this, and not necessarily this, but you want companies that are in the XOP. There's your monthly. This is just starting to break out again, rip up. You want companies that are in OIH. Just getting ready. And again, I expect this to have a pullback soon, and then that will probably be your last time to buy these. XOM. Whoops, that's XME. There's your metals and mining. Again, wait for this to drop and pull back, but this is where you want to be in the future, not SPY or Qs, unless they start converting over to oil and mining stocks. The SPY actually has industrial, and they will probably expand away from tech in the future. That's just my guess. All right. Let's go. Let's look at some of the stuff that I'm watching. Iridium. This is going nicely. I've been selling calls here in this area. We're pretty far apart, so a drop wouldn't surprise me. But again, I want this to keep pushing up. I want this to show me that it's a wave 3 and keep pushing this price up. LAES, oh, look at that. Even Moo gave us a buy sign there. Very good. AES, this looks good. We should bounce out of here. We could drop first and then bounce. You never know with those. NEO, are we going to run? This looks like it should run. We'll see. We're below the 5 MA. So, do we get a push out of here, or do we fail and drop? Yeah, I'm almost done with Wendy's. About the time it'll turn around, huh? again, this is just a small percentage of mine, and this isn't where I want to be in the future. I I used to go to these places a lot, but I don't I don't visit these places any longer. So I really have no feeling towards that. That's not something I want to hold in the future. That's not a metal, a miner. That's not oil. That was just a quick play on this flat to see if I could get it to spike up into this 200. But alas, it did not. It's going to eventually, but when? I don't know. Huntsman, there we go for the big drop. That's if you get my line. I want to come down here. I wanted to retest 12 first, so we almost got there. Oil. Again, I think we have another run here and then a drop because these should be finishing their wave fives. And you'll see how far some of these have run. So you should get one more pop coming out of here and then a drop. And you might drop all the way back and retest this. And that's what I'm waiting for to load up on these again. So when I start dumping things like Wendy's or taking profits on Iridium and all those moves that I'm making, I'm saving that money and I'm waiting for this oil drop. And then I'm going to pounce all over it. Nove, right there against resistance. Perfect. And this is a long time resistance. So I want to see it pull back from here, and then I'm getting ready to load the boat on this baby. Down here again. Energy transfer. I bought some of this yesterday. Again, this is owning this stock is the taxes on it are ridiculous. Just a heads up. But yeah, I expect this to push up. I think this is going to start squeezing up here soon. Uranium, UUUU. United Global Uranium Fund just added over 5% of UUUU to the fund. That was announced yesterday. They made that purchase yesterday, I believe. That's probably what drove this up. Let's look at how the hypers are doing. Are we going to get a bottom on these hypers? They're all, yep, there's a buy signal on Nano. Lightbridge looks good. I mean, it's bouncing right on this support at 1266. 1266 was my long-term line to break above, and we did. And now we've come all the way back down and tested it. So I look for us to hold here. LEU, SMR had that huge drop yesterday and then bought it back up. That was a parent company, someone that owns a large portion of this. I don't know if it's a parent company, but another company that owns a large portion of this. They sold 180 million worth. No, I no longer have it on my thing. But yeah, and I can't remember it off the top of my head. Oh, I bet this shows. Fluor. That's what it was. This is the holding company that was selling SMR, and I made the note in the group. I was like, "Huh, this chart looks pretty good to break out, and why not? I mean, they just made $180 million. But this looks like it. I mean, if it breaks this high, then we should close this gap up to into 56 at least, I would think. But this looks like it's just starting to break out. This looks like a triangle to me. A fourth wave triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, big triangle, and then spit out something huge out of that. Yeah, the monthly looks like it's just starting to break out too. Again, why not? They just made $180 million. All right. Again, in my video yesterday, I mentioned the market is selling everything that's not a physical commodity or a subscription. Because AI can mimic it, and the market sells first and asks questions second. So if they think AI can mimic your product, they're selling. Whether it's true or not is irrelevant right now because the possibility that AI can mimic your product is out there. Gene companies, clothing companies, AI cannot mimic. So that's why you're getting these crazy pumps in these, just because it's a flight to safety from AI. As funny as that sounds, but it's actually setting off these bullish moves. And well, that's how big runs always start. Now, what is up with Gap? It still looks good. Still looks good. I'm still high on Gap because of this long jacket. This long trend line here. When this thing breaks, Gap is going to be it's going to be the bomb again. And everybody's going to want to go to Gap again. I don't know why. I know they're buying it now because it's a physical product that AI can't touch, but in the future, Gap's going to do well. And probably just because of the insane money printing. Apparently, people are going to spend it at mall stores. Here's a lot of the products that I'm looking at on drops. Again, these look to get bounces. Here's the support. So let's see if Rocket Lab holds that support. ASTS went down to 78. So Quantum Quantum should have drops. I'm short Quantum right now. Radium looks good. This one, I mean, look at here's your low. Here's your drop. I think you're breaking out, and I think this is sneaky. Look how this is a giant cup and handle. I think this is being sneaky here. And I think they report soon. But I was hoping this would drop so I could start accumulating it. Maybe it'll drop at earnings, but I think this is getting ready for a big run. Look how you have the 50 moving up on the weekly. Look at all this consolidation out of this. And look where if you can see well, here, I'll just do this. Whoops. Oh, come on. Just look at that line. Look where all this is that you're consolidating through. Look at what's all below you, and then look what's above you. I think this is going to start pushing up, and I think it'll start wanting to blow through these. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That's 35 up there, which is where I think you want to go on this. I think that's where this wants to push up. That looks really bullish to me. But yeah, I've been watching this one, waiting for it. I've been hoping it gets a big drop. A big drop. I mean, like 5 or 6%. I've been waiting for something like that to buy that, but I haven't gotten it yet. Let's look at this one. I haven't looked at this in a while. Oh, because it broke that low. We're still above that, so we're still good. I don't like that we broke that because that makes this yeah, I don't know what it makes it. No man's land. Again, this probably doesn't have a product. I don't know. I'll have to look at that. Planet Lab, rockets again. I expect it to bounce up into this 26, 27, see where it goes from there. AAOI, I am still bullish on this. You can't shake me from that. And that is a bullish chart. 3D, I'm also bullish on this, but that doesn't mean it can't come down to 180, 188. And the reason why I'm bullish on this is because of product replacement. Metals are getting so expensive, they're going to need to replace them. And AI can do product replacement. So, being in the engineering field, it can do product replacement so much faster than humans do. Meaning if it'll check for pricing and availability of products, similar products or replaceable products. So, say you want to build a concrete bridge, it'll search all the products that you need to build that, and it'll find cheaper replacements if they're available. Just bam. And so I think 3D printing is going to be huge in that, because that'll be, I think eventually they'll get to programs where they will just print their own source material if it's a specialty material. Because I can tell you those things are darn near impossible to get right now. So if you have a company that can just pop out any specialty material out of a like product, or you could buy something to do it yourself, that's going to be hot. And again, that's not something that AI destroys. That's something AI improves. So that's the catch with AI. It's going to destroy a lot, and it's going to improve some. You got to find the ones that it's going to improve. Like engineering, it's going to improve engineering, which is why I like these, like Huntsman. That's why I like these companies. Um, just continuing to go here. Iron on support. I expect Iron to bounce up into 52. Then we'll see what it does. You, Amy, again, these are where I want to be in the future. If I can pick them up now and then ride the wave, because I think this spiked too high. So I think silver's probably going to do the same thing. I think it's going to have a long drop, and these are going to get people bored with them. Although I don't think they can hold them down for long because of the amount of money coming in. So I think they'd like to hold these down for years, but I don't think they're going to be able to. I think they might get months out of it and be lucky. This one, I just expect a spike now. Nothing more. We'll see. Rich Tech is one that broke the low, so I think this is going to go all the way down in the $2 range. Then we'll see what it does from there. It could go lower. I don't think so. I think it holds at 2, but we'll see. You have to watch that. Could come all the way down into this 113 range. And that's that goes with the market overall. You just kind of got to watch it because it's coiling, and I think it's coiling to go up. But it may just throw a bunch of people around in the wash while it does it, which is why I don't. If I do short-term options on this, I'm in and out. I'm not holding them overnight. I will buy options in individual stocks, but I'm very selective. I don't trust. I don't trust where the market is right now. Oil has a spike and a drop coming. Metals have a spike and a drop coming. AI is destroying most tech, although that probably has a recovery bounce coming. After that recovery bounce, we'll see if they have a future or if AI is just going to destroy them. But that's what's coming. So I don't. That's a lot of variables for me to be just really full bullish. There's no reason to be that. There's a lot of negatives, and the positives for my stocks are negatives for just society in general because they're inflation. Because that's where the money's going. It's it is what it is. And that's oil. There's your oil. Okay, let's look at crypto real quick. See if that's doing anything. Again, I expect this to bounce. this hit my range, but it didn't get into the 50s. I think it has another slide coming, but I think we'll get a bounce before the drop. Again, like everything else, I think this has a bounce and then a drop. Probably we probably get up to like 88, 89. That sounds crazy, but yeah. I don't know, maybe we stop at 77, 78. But yeah, we should get a bounce coming. So I think the markets are going to surprise some people. I think too many people went bearish, and now it's going to shake them out for a bit. Yeah, the market is it's just churning in a wash. And that's why I'm just waiting for stocks that I like to have big red days, and then I'll pick them up. That's how I'm playing this. Or I'm buying really quick calls on companies and selling them. It's an interesting market. It's got to be quick on it. And with that, be safe, be wise, be careful, and as always, good luck.